Hey guys, it's Loki coming at you with another tutorial video. Today, we will be taking on the Super Saiyan bargain sale. I think this is the one that sort of gives people problems. This is the side quest that Goten gives you. He tasks you with all this training with all the Super Saiyans, and you're by yourself. It's kind of a pain. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to get through it. The only thing I will note, I won't be using Tien's Z-Soul. It would just make this quest too easy. So I'm not going to be using that. If you want to use it, you go right ahead. I just think it makes everything such a cheesy victory. So the first thing I'll say is be around level 40. It's kind of important that you're at least a little bit higher than they are because you are facing multiples. At the very least, you want to be 37 before you go into this place. As for gear, I'm using the elite suit as I have since the beginning. And of course, I'm taking the You'll Never Beat an Android Z-Soul. Now this Z-Soul is something new I'm trying out. I'm hoping it works as good as it does in my head and as it did in the tests. What this thing does is just basically, as I take damage, I will generate tons and tons of stamina. The idea is that if I do get hit by an Ultra, I'll be able to use an evasive to get out of it, or I'll be able to pop my evasive to escape a bad situation. Theoretically, it should work, but you never know how that's going to go. And that comes from PQ27. So we'll go on to my skills now. I'm using pretty much the same thing I had before. Perfect Shot, Death Beam, Super Drain, and Death Ball and Ultra Fighting Bomber. Perfect Shot and Death Beam are both from trainers, Cell and Frieza respectively. And of course, Super Drain is from PQ28 and Death Ball is from PQ22. So you should have access to all of this stuff if you can grind them out. If you can't, don't worry about some of the supers. Use what works for your character. If you can't use Super Drain, use Rise to Action. It's just about as good. I like Super Drain because it's a little more offensive, but it can also be not as good because you actually have to land that hit, and sometimes it's difficult. So those are the skills I'm using. As for my attributes, as you can see, I leveled up a little bit. I have a little bit more stamina now. I have 20 in my stamina. I have 100 in my Ki Blast Supers. So I'll be heavy damage with a little bit of stamina mixed in there. As I said before, having a lot of stamina is super good. You really should have that in there. And of course my battle items, I'm pretty much using weaker heals. If you can afford the higher ones, go ahead, but these should be good enough for what we're doing. The tactic is pretty much the same. I'm just going to try and get my, gather them in together. Use Ultra Fighting Bomber to whittle them down. Giant Storm is also kind of in there. It's not a bad Ultra. My problem is it has a nasty habit of missing a lot more than Ultra Fighting Bomber does. So that's why I prefer Ultra Fighting Bomber. But I know some people swear by Giant Storm. So if you like that, use that. Test them both. See which one you like best. As for your single target Ultra, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you have available to you. The one that's going to make the difference is Ultra Fighting Bomber. And so we're going to get right into this. I'm going to pop over. I'm going to do the side quest. Hopefully everything will go okay. And, I'll walk you through that when we get to that part. If I'm a higher level when I get there, I'll let you know how many times I failed, all that kind of good stuff. So here we go. So let's get started here. I'll kind of try and do a play-by-play. This first battle is kind of uneventful. Nothing major to point out. They didn't really use anything too terribly bad. Goten and Trunks don't have anything specifically deadly to use on you. It looked like to me they would just mostly had, ordinary Ki Blasts. I think that they both have the Kamehameha Wave and the Super Kamehameha Wave, but I just did not see them use it at all in both of the runs that I did. So, and yes, I had to do it twice. I died the first time. So... yeah, it can be a little rough. When they hit about half health, they're going to go Super Saiyan. I will say the Z-Soul turned out to be a really great choice. If you watch my stamina, how fast it goes up when I'm taking damage. It's pretty good. I really liked it. So, I'm going to get rid of Goten here before too much longer. They're both Super Saiyan now, and I expected some spam, and it just never happened in either run. So, I don't know if I just got lucky, or if they just they weren't coded to really use it too terribly much. So Goten's going to die here in a second, and then it'll just be Trunks. Now, Trunks has a really nasty evasive. He basically will, right there it is, he jumps up behind you and just slams his knee into your back. It does quite a bit of damage too, so it was kind of nasty. Other than that, they weren't too difficult. Nothing to really talk about. There was my super drain. You'll see me use my evasive quite a bit in this little dungeon too, because of that Z-Soul. It actually allows me to use my evasive a lot more, and that's great. I really like that Z-Soul. I may use it a lot more too. So this is just about done. Trunks is just about dead. And again, I can use my evasive more, and there he goes. He is down and out. Now comes the hard part of this PQ. So Trunks and Future Trunks rather, and Vegeta can be super aggressive, and that can cause problems. They killed me the first time I tried this, and it was because they bum rushed me down. Again, Vegeta is bad about that. I think he's the worst one of all of them. They also have Explosive Wave, which can, like right here, they both negated my Ultra entirely. They were both going to hit me with their Ultras at the same time, but because of the Z-Soul, I was able to basically just pop my evasive and negate the damage. So if you didn't know, an evasive will actually negate an Ultra's damage if you use it in time. So I was able to negate it, which makes that Z-Soul so good. So I'm trying to focus Vegeta down. He's actually the one I don't like. The Heat Dome really is so hard for Trunks to hit you with that it's not really a threat. Although he did hit me with it, so there's that. They're going to knock me down to some... Yeah, they got me right there. I didn't realize my stamina was that low. And I had just been popping my evasive and everything, and yeah, I forgot about it. Not too big of a deal. I managed to get my heal off, and Vegeta is probably going to go down in a second. And I realized that. So I'm going to pop my Ultra Fighting Bomber. They've used their... Trunks used his Ultra on top of mine, but I think I knocked him out of it, so yeah. Vegeta is just about done. This fight is just about over, as a matter of fact. And I don't think I had the one issue where I made the one mistake, and it almost cost me the fight. So this whole Super Saiyan fight can end because of one costly mistake. So, you know, be careful and try to watch your stamina at all times. I have a nasty habit of forgetting how much stamina I actually have. Because on my main I have 100 stamina, I'm used to having so much more. So before you leave, be sure if you're damaged or hurt to talk to Piccolo. He'll heal you up and get you ready for the next little bout. Now, of course, I expected this next fight to be bad. I expected it to be worse. And I don't know if I just got lucky or what, but I completely thrashed these two pretty badly. So I think I just got lucky, honestly. They didn't try to ultimate me out of, you know, right at the beginning, which they usually do. I managed to just smash Goku into the ground really hard. You'll see it. So I already got him, what, I think a third of his health gone, or a fourth. I'd say a third. And so Goku's kind of on the ropes already. I don't know where Gohan went off to, but he's nowhere to be seen. He comes back here in a second. There he is. And just in time to get Ultra Fighting Bomber again. And now Goku is just about dead. He didn't even block it. And so I use Perfect Shot and he's done. He tries to Super Kamehameha wave me, but I'm nowhere to be seen. So yeah, at this point it's just me and Gohan. He's honestly not too rough once you get rid of Goku. Together they're kind of a difficult thing to deal with. So I drain him here, and here's a part that I want you to pay attention to. So I hit drain and then I hit him with Perfect Shot, and I broke his ultimate. This makes me believe that the AI does in fact have stamina, that they just have a high amount of it, a lot higher than we have, and they regenerate it a lot faster. So I'd say they do have it. That kind of proved it right there. What a death ball in here, and he's just about dead now. Not too much longer to go. But then he kind of goes Bruce Lee on me here. He'll just start kicking my butt, and I don't know what happened, but he kept interrupting me before I could hit him. But it's not too bad. I still come back and manage to defeat him. Again, that Z-Soul, I just gained... He hit me 3 times, and I gained, what, a bar and a half? Almost 2 bars from that. And so I just zap him with the evasive again. I'm going to death ball him, and it's over. So I didn't have too many issues the second run. The first time I just made a mistake, and it cost me. So this is it. Super Saiyan bargain sale. I finished it at level 41. I didn't have too many issues. The Ultra Spam was... I didn't really get Ultra Spam too bad except for that one time. And with this Z-Soul I was able to counter it pretty easily. So if you guys like this, you want to see more tutorials, you want to see more videos from me, like and subscribe. And keep your eyes open for my next tutorial video, which will be the Bardock mission. I will take on the forces of Frieza and keep Bardock safe, and I will see you guys then.
While we try to get our freedom, fighting every combat, now I'm gonna always be so wrong. It's only fair.